Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday Show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Hello and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Celtic 3, Rangers 1 after extra time. Join myself, Robert, back on the show is Albert and AK. AK, we got attitude, we got application, we didn't get the result. Give me your assessment of the game, mate.
Who's that for?
AK, that's you. You're AK.
Oh, me. Sorry, I didn't miss you. Anyway, good evening, boys. I thought the officials, first and foremost, dictated a lot of what happened today. Playing over 80 minutes with 10 men is always going to be hard. So we can point fingers at Ashgard for making a rash challenge, but he didn't mean it. But when you see it back, it's he's out of control a wee bit and his foot is raised, so you're probably looking for a red card yourself. But how many red cards should Celtic have had? I counted 3. Trusty, the kick in the head, Butland. What was the other ones? That many. Ralston handball for the penalty. Should have been a second yellow card. And how many fouls did Maeda need to warrant 2 yellows for him? So for me, I thought the Rangers players showed a lot of heart and endeavour, particularly in the second half when they made changes. We were all over the place the first half, though, guys, I've got to say. But having said that, Chermiti could have scored a couple and all. Missed opportunities there for that, Ian. But when you're playing over 80 minutes with 10 men against that sort of officialdom, it's always going to be hard.
Albert, AK's right. We started off nervous in the first half, particularly. The game was settled by decisions and fine margins, and we know that they can affect it. And we'll go through the game bit by bit as much as we can in the show, but there is chances in there that we've got to be taken when we're on top.
Well, that's it. I mean, the official organ is normal. And until something's done about them, it's going to be like this forever, mate. It's just forever. Many times we've been to Hampden, many times we've watched this, and it's getting embarrassing. It's just getting blatant, absolutely blatant. How many fouls were committed today, I do not know, but it was ridiculous. That McGregor, he finally gets booked, but the game's practically done by the time he gets booked. Shocking, mate, shocking. But again, we called it before he even walked onto the park. It's time we called it and done something about it. Let's just not talk about it. Let's do something about it. So we'll discuss that affair. The real problem for us, apart from the officials, but the real problem for us is lack of quality, mate. It's as simple as that. It's just lack of quality. You can say the endeavour was there. I didn't think it was there, but it was. People had some shocking and real shocking games today. Asgard for one. He's a fraud, mate. A total fraud. The Jigger. He just totally froze in that first half. He sort of came out some sort of game in the second half, but he definitely froze the first half. And Chermiti, I mean, good God, he's got 2 golden opportunities to score and they can't score their goals. I mean, there's something right here. They're saying he's got something. Well, I don't care what Thelwell sees in that boy and what he's got. Only but I'm interested is he got the ability to score goals, because that's what you're paying him to do. And so far, the answer's no, because you should have scored the 2 goals, mate. It's as simple as that. So it's quality, Robert, more than anything else. That's what really concerned me today, because they are a bad team. Nobody's counting them else on here. They're a bad team. They're bang average at best, and we're worse than them. Tells you everything you want to know, doesn't it?
Aye, it does, mate. AK, come to yourself, mate. As you said, all over the place defensively. First half, we got a break of luck, which I was surprised at with the VAR call for the offside goal. But the bit before it, mate, was schoolboy, even worse than schoolboy. They take the quick free kick, and 3 of our players are looking at Jack Butland and how to set up, and they're not reacting quick enough. Fortunate enough, VAR intervenes and it's called offside. I'm surprised they even gave it, mate, as offside, because when did they ever give us decisions? But from there, that kind of just summed up the first 20 minutes.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We get away with one there. Definitely. We're sleeping. How many times have we said it? Free kicks, throw-ins, just anything. Any set pieces, you've got to be switched on. Have a man hovering near the ball, stop them from taking a free kick. I'm surprised the referee allowed it right enough, but we've got to react better than what we did. I think it was Giga tried to clear the ball straight after Raskin, loops or Butland, and it's a goal. But thankfully VAR came to our rescue, as you say. But it was schoolboy defending. In fact, I think even schoolboys would have been embarrassed with it. Poor Butland saved us numerous times. He really did. If there's anybody earning any stripes, it's Jack Butland. I know you could point him fingers at him for the second goal, the third goal, wasn't it? Carl McGregor. But he's the only guy that's kind of earning his stripes. For me, I know Giga's going to be the kind of fall guy. People are going to say, what the hell are you doing, son? But for me, Tavernier is all the part. I asked him to play a disciplined role. He helped put a young boy in that big fixture, and he was causing us as much problems as they were doing. So he was leaving Giga exposed. He wasn't recognising it. He wasn't playing his own position. And the midfield weren't helping out, backtracking in that as well. All bears right. Asgard today, he was a man doing anyway for majority of the 38 minutes he was on the park. But we were all over the place. Celtic were running over the top of us. And it just looked, you said before the game, you've got to play the game rare on occasion. Well, for me, the Rangers team played the occasion and they were like rabbits in the headlights a lot of that first half.
But obviously we get the first big chance for ourselves 2 minutes later, and it does fall to Chermiti. Good bit of play initially. Diamondi puts a great ball in, and you think all he's got to do is just put it in the back of the net, and we go 1-0 up. And that's the big moments that you talk about, mate, of being clinical. And I've got to be honest, he's got to score. I think he's got to open up his foot. I think he's tried to be cute and put it in the near post. I think if he opens up his foot, he sticks it the other side of Schmeichel, and that puts his 1 up after that let off.
Well, in my book, that particular chance backs up what Ali McCoy said when he seen him against the European, is it Bran? Again, he says, where's his instincts? And that's another case of where's your instincts? Any instinctive forward just opens up his foot and puts it in the far corner. Easy. You see the keeper's going down. He can't cover everywhere. He's got to cover his near post. Right? And he tries to put it in the narrow end. Just open your foot up and just tap it, and it's not even a shot. Just guide it into the form. That's instincts, man. That's quality strikers do that. We've not got a quality striker, but a quality striker would put that away. No problem, no hassle. It was a brilliant chance set up with Diamondi, and that's about the only thing he done, but it was a brilliant chance to set him up. No good enough, mate. Simply no good enough. And that's the lack of quality I'm talking about. We need quality. We're more than anything else. But the midfield for me as well, non-existent, mate. Completely and utterly non-existent. Raskin, hopeless. Diamondi, hopeless. Asgard, hopeless. Not in the game. Three of them, in the first half particularly. The three of them weren't in the game. Apart from that with Diamondi, that was it for him. Asgard, the only thing he did was kick Ralston. Didn't kick him hard enough, in my book. If you're going to deck him right. So deck him so he doesn't get back up again. And you're going to talk about Raskin. I don't know what's up with him. I don't think he's not only in the game, I don't think that he's in the club. You can see it. He's daydreaming, mate. He's wandering about. That's not the same player we seen at the end of last year. I don't know what he's up to, man. I really don't. Because he wasn't interested, especially that first off. But there was most of them weren't interested. Apart from Butland, that is. Having said that, I think he should have talk about McGregor's goal. I thought he'd have done better, should have done better with that one. But anyway, that's my opinion. No midfield. Hopeless, quality, hopeless. That was the first goal. I'll try and keep on track, mate.
No, you're fine, mate. You're fine. AK, obviously, we do go behind, and it's a set piece again. Young Magoma doesn't get off the ground at all. I think that's something they've highlighted during the week for preparation. It's another set piece frailty that shows in their defence. It's set pieces particular.
Set pieces were all over the shop. this zonal marking again's coming back to bite us. But it happened numerous times, you know. I caught a wee snippet there at half-time when Andy Halliday's watching it on open goal, and he actually said before the corner came across that Rangers are going to lose a goal at a corner. But all over the shot, and I think about young boy Johnny Kenny, good header for him. He attacks the ball. We don't. We're all statues. So we're marking space rather than men. And how many times did Celtic have 2 or 3 waiting in the edge of the box? That was happening under Russell Martin, you know. So it's a collective thing that they need to sort out. But I like to see our defenders defend, man mark, and go and win your ball. That's your responsibility. That man, don't let him near the ball. Go and win it yourself. We're not doing that, and it is becoming a problem because the ball, that area of the park is too close for the Jack Butland to react, I would say. So 1-0 down, no surprise.
I think by the day the zonal, mate, they've not got enough tall players. I think that's why they do it. Look at it, we're team of midgets, no enough tall players. So they just go zonal. I don't like it either. I think it's hopeless. I hate it.
Well, you look at the guys who are 6 foot in the team, though, Albert. You're talking Cornelius, Chermiti, Suter, Jack Butland, Dessel. It's not as in the midfield. We've certainly got wee guys, but I think we've got enough players in there that could go and attack it. Giga, another one.
I think if you're sitting with 3 centre halves, you're expecting one of them to take control at set pieces. And obviously, young McGoma's left with Kenny, which it doesn't get off the ground. But obviously, the big talking point in the first half is obviously the red card to Asgard. I don't think we've got many complaints about it. AK?
No, certainly not. If the shoe's on the other foot, you're kind of looking for it. I mean, he's unlucky in a sense. It was a good bit of skill for the control and then the spin, but he's got his eyes on the ball. Ralston comes towards him. He nicks it, the ball just before making contact with Ralston, but you've seen the stud marks there. There's no intent, you know, or malice for Asgard, but you can see why the red card's been given, and that's showing the back foot. But when you see that being given, then I think Thrusty should have been 100% red card, and I think you've got a ruling on it as well, pal.
I do, mate. I do. The wording from the IFAB laws of the game state a player who, when not challenging for the ball, deliberately strikes an opponent or any other person on the head or face with the hand or arm is guilty of violent conduct unless the force used was negligible. You can actually see from the replays, Albert, he's put his foot, he's moved it towards the direction of Butland, who's got control of the ball. It's a red card all day long.
Of course it's a red card, mate. No doubt about it, it's a red card. But it's Walsh, isn't it? It's entirely expected. You're not even surprised. To be honest with it, is any use to actually surprised we didn't get that red card?
I'm not,
No.
but in balance of fairness, mate, if you've given one, I think you've got to, not to even the game up, but rules are rules.
I totally agree with you, mate. I'm 100% agree with you. But you've got to get into reality. I mean, the rule book doesn't apply in Scotland. You've got to remember that. It doesn't apply for one team. It applies for most of everybody else, especially Rangers. But it doesn't apply to one team. They just do what they want. And that proved it again today. Might have run the book, clogging everybody all day long, mate. Clogging everybody every day long. When does he get a book? Injury time or something. Then you look at that penalty kick. Penalty kick. No doubt, penalty kick. And there's another one. Why did it not even go to VAR? By the way, done another VAR check. It must have lasted 6 seconds. I've checked that, cleared it. You're going, it's hell of a quick that. It wasn't that they checked, something else. Oh, checked it, cleared it. I went, they must be getting really good at that. No, they've just no switched it on. It's just no got, we're not going to bother. Is it Rangers? No bother. It's ridiculous, mate. But anyway, lack of quality beats a day, mate. No, nothing to do with them. Oh, everything to do with them, but take it. Lack of quality first. We score their goals, mate. That game's completely different.
Aye, 100%. AK, how many matches now have they went with a red card?
I believe that's in the 70s now. Domestic matches I'm talking about, because they've been caught out plenty of times in Europe with the officialdom, but obviously Celtic are refereed differently in Europe, the right way. But that's over 70 domestic matches Celtic's went now without a red card. Well done, the officials, eh?
Aye, and they say there's no conspiracy.
Aye.
Obviously, albeit we get back into the game late on in the second half, we get a penalty. Gassama does well to get a shot away, and Anthony Ralston does his best Tom Daly impression to dive on top of the ball, and it's a penalty. Surprised it was given, mate, because a penalty for Rangers against Celtic, it's unheard of.
How long it took to give that? He didn't want to give it, mate. Do you know why he gave it? Because he thought Bart was going to overturn it. That's why he gave it, mate. Because he's like, all right, they'll definitely look at that and overturn it. Oh, surprise, they didn't. You can't hit him on the elbow. He's diving down, right, and he hits him. It's like a goalkeeper hits him on the elbow. No. If we don't get that penalty, you ain't ever going to get a penalty ever again. But you get it, and we put it away. So that was good. That was the only way we looked at scoring at times.
AK, were you surprised it was even given?
Probably on reflection, aye. But it should have been given because it was head and goal bound. Michael Stewart, those listening on the Premier Sport, Michael Stewart and that other commentator, they're screaming, that's never a penalty. How can you give that a penalty? He's not making his silhouette any bigger. But it's a goal bound shot hitting the arm. So it should be a penalty. And it was rightfully given. But he should be getting a second yellow card, and it should be down to 10 men each. But before that, that penalty incident as well, I've got down here, Gassama missed a massive one-on-one getting in the keeper and allowed Scales to backtrack. So that's going back to Olber's point about Chermiti's big chances missed, Gassama's big chances missed. We should be putting them away. Raskin as well. Exactly, aye. Raskin's one was a belter. Gee whiz. What did you want? We've not got the quality up front. Definitely.
We have enough chances to win the game. We've no midfield for a start, and our forwards are no lethal enough. They're no good. Their quality's no good enough, and we have zero midfield. I don't care what combination you put in that part. We have zero midfield, and we need to sort that out. You're never going to go anywhere. We just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. So you've seen we end up with Moore and Tab in the central midfield. That's what we ended up with, mate. That was our midfield, just saying, going through. And don't get me wrong, I thought the wee boy Moore, his funny's position is number 10. He's definitely not a winger. I'd put that wee boy in at 10. He looks effective in there.
Aye, I was impressed when he came on, mate. Brought a bit of energy and a bit of drive in the midfield forward, trying to get involved in the game. Listen, we better get these phone lines open because I'm sure there'll be callers out there that want to give us their thoughts in the game. There's a lot happened in it. Obviously, went over the 90 minutes, but it'd be good to get some callers. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
AK, I'm with yourself, mate. The kind of grit and determination the players dug in at the end, even when it went 3-1, they were still trying to push and get a goal. He flung caution to the wind at times, Danny Rule, to try and get us back into the game. He didn't sit and could have easily went to a back 5-4-1, try to be defensive, but tried to keep in the game and get the goal. Unfortunately, it never came for us, but you asked at the start of in part one of the show, attitude, application. I thought we've seen a fair bit of that today. Obviously, there'll be individual performances you could look at and critique, but overall, to keep the heats up throughout the game, to try and get back into it against what we were against, especially with 10 men, I thought we'd done the hard side of it, just never got our rewards.
Oh, definitely, mate. If there's some bit of credit to come out of that game for us, a bit of solace, I would say the Rangers, that second half, and even the extra time, all the minutes just playing with 10 men, as I say, you're talking over 80 minutes of that game. You get sent off in the 38th minute. You know, it showed a bit of resilience in there. And credit to the players, I'll give them that. I'm a bit disappointed when the third goal went in. Thousands of our fans left the ground, to be honest, because I think they could at least stayed to the end. I know they're not going to like the gloating off of Celtic, what they were getting the support of that, but they could at least stayed and applauded the efforts of the team and the manager for a brave performance, particularly in the face of adversity. You know, but that's up to them. They're paying their dough. But Aye, it's one of them. The Celtic could have scored more. We could have scored more. Jack Butland, as I said, they're really, really good performance. Room for improvement, of course there is, but there's still a lot of players at our club that probably don't deserve to be there now. It's either they've run their course or they shouldn't be there in the first place. So there's going to be big decisions having to move forward, and I hope our recruitment, I'll get it right from now on, because we can't afford to keep losing these big games. We lost a spell a wee bit, I thought, for our discipline, and that, because we were probably getting a bit angry out in the park, and I think Raskin let his emotions overtake him kind of that way, because he knew about the injustices we were getting off of the officials and the referees, and it's not the first time we've had them. But there's players out there now that, nah, you've had your time, and I'm including our captain in that. I know he took the penalty and dispatched it well, but nah, Tavernier's becoming a liability in these games now for me, rather than an effective performance player. But that's just how I see it in Paul.
Well, but the old cliche is you learn more about your players and your team in defeat than you do in victory. How much can Danny Rowe take away from that and see where exactly we are going into the international break, what to work on, and in January, latter stage?
Danny Rowe's he's now where we are. We've seen this for the beginning of the season, how crap this team is. He's now seen it firsthand. He's seen it against Brann, and then we get a wee respite there against what do you call it, Hibs, and who did we play?
Kilmarnock.
So he's seen a wee respite there and went, oh yeah, that's something to work on. We all thought, oh, something to work on. I'll tell you, no, I'm not giving them any credit today, mate. You're in a semi-final and we get beat. We're at the cup, so there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to say we've done this, we've done that. It was crap, start to finish. You didn't win the game. Said that, I told you at the beginning of the game. I don't care what way they play. I don't care. Win the game. All your effort goes for nothing if you don't win the game. We didn't win the game, so that's you at the cup, right? So that's it for this year. Yeah, you need to wait till next year now. So no, I'm not giving any credit. No, because it's no good. They're too weak. And one of my questions is, Manuel Riggen, when are we going to get some fire in this club, mate? And I just don't mean on the park. I mean right through the club. This club is just like, it's just empty at the moment. There is no fire. There is no desire. Everything's an acceptance. You watch that crap out the other day and you go, that's an acceptance. And I thought, I disagree with the crowd. I thought the crowd were magnificent. They go right behind them with 1-0. Ori and Just, they get right behind them singing their songs, doing what they're doing. And then you watch Tavernier getting that ball away for that third goal and you go, that just rips the heart right out you. What are you doing? You're a professional football player. Play the moment. You see what's happening here. Get the ball into their area. No, I'm going to put in Mikey Moore, a young boy who the guy nips in and takes it off him. Next thing they're off in the attack, they got a goal for it. It's nonsense, mate. It's just lack of quality, lack of understanding, turning your back and get the ball. I mean, that's just not acceptable. No fire in their bellies when it matters, mate. When it matters. Oh, it's all right running about and chasing a lost cause. That's no fire in your bellies. Your fire in your bellies and it's nothing each, mate. That's fire. Fight to win the game. That's when you put them to the sword. You don't run about and hope to get a draw out of this. It's nonsense. It's just nonsense. There's not enough quality, and that's all it's to it. Just not enough quality. So they better start bringing quality in. And name more Ascards, name more Chermanis, name more of these kind of characters, Diomondis, name more of them. They are not quality players, mate. So I'm sorry, but they're no. They have nice wee moments and nice wee tricks but they're no quality players. They can't run for a start. Simone can run a wee bit, but the Diamondi and Asgard, they can't run, mate. They couldn't run away from me, let alone another professional football player. And that's what's costing us, mate. The game's the game. But you're looking and going, this is happening too often. Look at this since the start of the season. We had Martin in place that happened. We had Clement in place that happened. Too much yet. I don't know what happens in Auchenhowie when they go up there. They seem to be able to shoot and run at other clubs, but as soon as they come to Rangers, they forget how to shoot, they forget how to run, and their football head gets left somewhere else. I don't understand what's happening. There's something not right. But today, quality, lack of quality. That's what caused it today. Lack of quality. And God, the referees know that. They just do it anyway. We never do anything about that. So you put that to one side, it's lack of quality for me, and I don't give them any credit. No, none at all, mate. Sorry.
AK, it will
Oh,
comes
that's-
into the quality and recruitment, mate. And again, it looks towards the guys who call their shots, the Failwells, the Patrick Stewarts, the Robbie Failwells, and that's going into January. We know there's pressure on them already. How key is it that they get this recruitment right come January?
Oh, it is key. It is key, pal. But listen, I'll let the callers come in there. I know they're want to get their point of view, so I'll step aside, mate.
Cheers, mate. I think we've been joined by Smurf first. Evening, Smurf.
Hi, lads.
Nice
How
work.
you
How you
doing,
doing, pal?
Aye, what a roller coaster that was. I think this is my first point. Is I'm really proud of Danny Roll and the ways, and in 2 weeks the difference he's made to some bang average players has been tremendous. And how he marshalled the team and his kind of substitutions and that, I felt after going down to 10 men was incredible. How that lot finished that game with 10 men in the pitch is beyond me. You know, is it a handball in the box and you're on a yellow card and a penalty? Well, how's it no another yellow card and a sending off? How's it no the boot to the face with Trusty? I mean, yeah, there was no power in it. I get that. And if he'd have done that simultaneously as Butland goes down to collect the ball, it's a yellow. Butland's gathered the ball, it's in his hands, and there's a pause, and then he does it. And you can still say there's not a lot of power, but how much power do you need to generate to grace a goalkeeper's eye and put him out the game? It's a red card. And then another one that sort of went under the radar was Gassama gets blocked in, plays a ball around the corner, runs round it, and he's obstructed again with that same fallback. And for me, that was a yellow card and a foul. We didn't even get a foul for it.
No, you're right, mate. There was decisions made by the officials that, on hindsight, you can look at and see how much an impact it can change a game. And of course, we know red cards and decisions can change a game. And I think we could all see it. It was apparent, persistent fouling, deliberate kick to the face. Ralston, second yellow for a handball, never came. The block, as you say, he get booked for one in the first half, exact same. So,
aye, exactly. It was Ralston
right,
again. Aye, it was Ralston. Aye, it was shocking. And then, you know, I look at that boy, Chermiti. I mean, he does everything right. He gets in, played in, he's through and goal, 1-on-1. He doesn't even hit the target, doesn't even hit the keeper by the post. The boy can't finish. And, you know, it could be their lack of confidence. Maybe he'll turn the corner, but I just don't understand it. No, all in all, I was proud to have. I've been a big critic of him as well. We've all got our criticisms of him, but I thought he was played a real captain's role today, and I'm not overly despondent. And my next point, you've kind of stole my thunder a wee bit. Over to you, Lywell, and let's see what damage you do in January. Because I think it'll be on the wall for him if he doesn't get this right. We need major surgery in this squad to help this boy Danny Rowe. And yeah, I'm really despondent, but I'm encouraged by what I've seen. You know, he's playing a back three out of necessity, isn't he? And I like the cut of this guy's jib, as Oxchair was saying the other day, and I concur. Anyway, that was my point, lads.
Albert, do you want to come in to Smurf's points? Obviously, you mentioned Tar's performance. I know you've got a bit of a difference in opinion on that one, mate, particularly the third goal.
I'm just sick of the sight of the guy, to be perfectly honest with you. It's always glorious in defeat. I'm sick of it, mate. I'm just absolutely, totally and utterly sick of it. He caused that third goal. That's one. We're in the game. Well, sort of in the game. Hanging on in the game. And he does that stupid pass, mate. It's just lack of quality. It's lack of thought. Another one that turns his back on the play all the time. He's got to take all the free kicks, all the corner kicks, all the shies at the 18. It's mental, mate. And nothing really comes with anything. And it's one goal at every 100 corners or something. It's mental. But apart from that, we're talking about the day's game. I think he done much. I thought he's pretty poor today. I really did. His passing is nothing special. He played a bit. I don't know how many positions he go to selling. He was at the centre forward again. He was up there again, the first half again. Don't know what he was doing up there, but he was up there. No, it's not for me, Smith. I'm done with him. He's done it. He's been a good servant in the club. He's scored a lot of goals for the club, and he deserves his place in the board. But as far as I'm concerned, it's time to move on. And if we just keep playing him and just keep playing Suter and just keep playing these same players in the same positions, doing the same crap performance, we're not making any progress, mate. We're pretending we got a 3-1 defeat in the day in a semi-final. What's to be proud of, mate? I'm not proud of any of it. I'm just looking at that and going, that's pathetic, especially the first half. That was beyond pathetic. But that's just my opinion.
I kind of get your points, and I get it. I mean, obviously Tav's done. I get he's done. He's in his last season. He's been asked to play in midfield. He's been back to right back on instruction. He's been then replaced Raskan as a sitting six, as it were. I just mean that his attitude was great. He's 34 the other day. He's done, and he's in his last season. And I do think he led by example today. I really do. I've got to kind of defend that. I don't disagree that he's got to go. And
he's just reminded me something there, mate. He just reminded me when you said Hodden, you went into Hodden midfielder, which he did. Did Rodwell actually touch the ball when he came in the park? I'm not trying to chat you off your point, mate.
No. He didn't. But just my point is, his attitude is first class. Wherever he's asked to play or whatever he's asked to, he just gets on with it and he does his best. His attitude was exemplary, and I just think, I feel for him because he's getting into his last season. It's going to be another barren season for him. We need to move on for him. There's many pretenders to the throne. Of cup trumps, you think you've got it in Sterling, he's no good, robust enough. You've got that young boy that brought in and loan for Bournemouth. Just no go to it at all going forward. And he's surrounded by. I just wonder if he had if he'd have played in a right good Rangers team. With his numbers and his athleticism and everything and his dependability, he always turns up for his work. So I just think I just feel for him. He's the right player in the wrong era, maybe. And I thought his attitude was great. And he's got Giga, bag of nerves beside him. You've got. You look what he's playing at centre half. There's no one of them should be there. And we're architects of our own downfall. With 4 clear-cut chances. And I've got to be honest, if I was 21, 22, and the positions that some of these players found themselves in, I'd bet my pension on a risk or 2 of them, at least. It's shocking. And so we need surgery, and we need to get guys out the door. But what I'm saying is, I'm upbeat. I think in Danny Rowe we've got a young manager, but he's only 2 years older than our captain, and he's obviously speaking the same language as the players. He can obviously communicate. He's obviously been pragmatic. He's not been asked to. There's no new way of playing football and listen to some blowhard you know, sort of PowerPoint expert coming in, talking all the shite, you know, that everybody could see. And they're all voting, saying, God, we've got to pop with this guy, you know, and eventually he goes out the door and they get an actual football guy in who knows what he's talking about and is, you know, and has made a difference. So I'm sort of a bit optimistic for the future. The only one thing I'd say about Danny Rowe is that he's, you know, I'm glad to see he's got the suit on and all the rest of it. He just needs to buy a shirt that's for the right size of neck. You know, it fits his collar. It's too big. But that's me anyway. Right.
Listen, Smurf,
Right,
cheers for
anyway.
that, mate. Cheers for that, mate. Just watch your language as well, buddy. Just for young listeners out there like AK, you know, mate.
Sorry.
Me.
And Albert,
I'm,
don't forget him.
yeah,
He's younger
I'm
than
happy
AK.
you done it, mate. I'm happy you done it because I wanted to. I know. I want to let it rip, but there you go. Go to bed. We'll go to
I
watch
think we've been joined as well by our Jim. Afternoon, Jim.
Oh, Smurf, man, that beats it, man. That beats the comment you're on about a shirt size, do, man. Afternoon, Robert, Albert. How we doing? I'm just on my way back for the game. Beat with the worst Celtic team you'll ever see in your life, by the way. Beat with the worst Celtic team. And I'll tell you what, with my gibbets tonight, the number 9 striker. What a fraud. A fraud.
Comes back to recruitment again, doesn't it, Jim? The guys that
Disgrace.
make these decisions to bring these players in.
Absolutely shocking. The chances that guy missed. I'm not kidding, by the way. I think the Fox would have scored the goals, or even Ox would have scored the goals. 8 chances. Even Miovski, I know, by the way, man. What is he thinking about that one that came off the goalkeeper? What is he waiting to happen? Maybe the Masters were in downfall again. Jack Butland did a second goal, man. Jesus Christ almighty, man.
Jim, see at half time when we brought on Gassama to try and get some energy up front into the game. We took off Danilo. I'll be honest, mate, I was surprised I would have took off Chermiti and left Danilo on. He's got 2 goals in 2. He's probably a more go-to striker to get a goal at the minute. Were you surprised at that move?
I was surprised with a couple of the substitutions, to be honest with you. All right, I thought Raskin was probably one more tackle away from getting sent off the way he was conducting himself, the referee. But some of his decisions today were actually baffling. The one with the boy Asgard's got the Celtic player, all right, he's got him. But Dyson Maeda has grabbed him by the neck and flung it with the ground and gets away with it. Many fouls did Maeda make in that game today. Did anybody actually keep account of the free kicks that he gave away today in that match?
I got to 8, mate. I got to 8.
8? Wow, man.
I got to
He
8,
beat
mate.
2 Rangers players for their first 2 tackles in the match.
Just on your point about the Maeda incident with Asgard, I've not seen any footage back. All the kind of media channels didn't show the aftermath of the tackle itself, so I can't say I've seen it back, but the commentator on Ranger TV did say that there was an arm or something in the movement towards Asgard's face, but as I said, mate, they've not done it. We've not seen it.
There's the boy sitting beside us at the game, showed us it on the from behind it, man. He's got a holiday, and the boy Asgard's on the ground, and he's got a holiday on with 2 horns, and he's made the motion, pushing him to the back to the ground. So he did.
I think we've been joined by Bob Gier. Evening, Bob Gier.
Hi, good evening. How we doing, boys? Need to ask you. Look,
Get it off your chest, mate.
I listened to about the show there, and I'm in Old Bears camp. I'm just sick of the lot of it. That's yet another meaningful fixture against them that we've lost. Any time we've beaten them recently, it has been pointless fixtures. The day was another meaningful fixture that we could get into a cup final. I'm not saying we've got a divine right to do it or anything like that, but they were there for the taking the day, and we couldn't do it. I didn't care what came out of Asgard's mind, like kicking him that high. He would have probably ended up in possession of the ball, I don't know. So once again, Ralston and Scales and Forrester beat us, and that's really annoying in my book. So I think you can probably tell I'm gutted about this. Danny Rowe, fair enough. Danny Rowe, yeah, he got a lot of effort out of the boys today. A lot more effort than some preceding managers, wherever I go out you. And they did do well to get themselves back in the game, but overall they were never going to keep that pace up for 120 minutes. Once again, an ordinary Celtic side has beat us. For all the traumas they've been through, no that I could care, but all the trauma they've been through, they've come out and they're in a cup final and they're cocking up again, and we're on a downward, not on a downward spiral, but we're on a downer again. So that's about all I can say about it, boys. I'll let you get on with the show. I'm not going away.
No, welcome to stay, Bob. John, you make a valid point, mate. Again, I'll bring Albert in. That it does come back to a game, as you said, Albert. It's a semi-final. We've lost. We're out the competition at a game where we went in hopeful and optimistic, considering where we've been the past few weeks and months. But it is, as Bob just says, a meaningful game that we've failed to capitalise on. As much as I can give him credit for endeavour, the result is the one that speaks volumes.
Aye, that's what I've been saying. He's right. Bob's just right. Every time there's a meaningful game that we play them, they win. Every time there's non-meaningful, whether draw or we beat them. All the times, all the games that we have beat them, and I think Alex said we went 12 months or whatever it is, they've no beat us. But there's not any games in there that it's actually meant anything. It's just meaningless games. Because there's no fire in this club. As for Asgard, that boy's come up here and he's underestimated Scottish football. In his head, he was coming up here to fart about and do his flicks and tricks and be, I'll be the best player. A bit like Barton, Joey Barton come up, thought, I'll be the best player up in Scotland. Totally underestimated the game. That carry on he was doing, flicking the ball about and then gets sent out. What's he trying to do? I mean, I don't even understand what the boy's trying to do. He's saying, flick it out of the whole defence. Flick it out. So they all have to turn, then you've created a chance or a half chance. Instead of that, he's trying to keep you up and run about their 18-yard box. It doesn't make any sense, mate. He's underestimated. He's a fraud, a total fraud. He's one of the laziest players I've ever seen in my life, mate. Total and utter, not a clue. Doesn't want to run. Doesn't want to put any effort in it. But again, as Bob just says, when are we going to wake up? When is it going to happen, mate? I'm sick of watching this. It's tragic. Oh, wait next year. Oh, wait, we get players in. Just wait. They brought a wee boy on at 18 and he ran riot. They brought another wee boy on and he ran riot. We've got boys at our academy. They can barely pass the ball. They can make a nice soup or an apple turnover or something. They can bake a wee bit because that's what we show them up at Auchenhowie. But we don't show them how to play football. That's for sure. They shouldn't even be at Auchenhowie because they're not good enough to be up there. The boy Curtis is sitting in the bench. If he come on, could he do with that the wee guy that scored the second goal or third goal? Could your player come on and play like that? No chance. No, absolutely no chance. There's something rotten up at Ibrox and it's got to be cleared out. And it's been there for years and years and years. There's just a lack of quality all over the place, mate, especially in the playing side. And it needs to be done, mate. And this is us bringing players in to get rid of the players we said never quality the last time. Now we're at it again. We're replacing the players we've replaced. It's nonsense. It's within a year. It's nonsense, mate. It's complete nonsense. These players need to waken up. I want to see if any of them go to anything. I don't see much in any of them. We gas man. He's fell off a cliff. Don't know what's happened to the wee man. He's totally fell off a cliff. He was running by people, skinning people for fun. Now he can't get by anybody. He got the penalty, but he's shot for that. But he missed a settle earlier on. He lets that Welsh catch him. I mean, it's a simple second bounce, hit it, put it away in the far corner, goal. Any quality player does it. No, there's no other players. I don't know what that's going to read. But as I've said, you'll probably hear it from my voice. I'm just sick of watching it. Totally and utterly sick of watching it. And then supposed to be grateful for it. I mean, Danny Rowe's sitting there. I feel sorry for the guy. I really do. I mean, I quite like the man. I think he's going to be a quality manager for Rangers. But you're looking at him going, he's no with that. He's got nothing to work with, especially in midfield. Defence is no much better, and up the forwards are no much better. But in midfield, it's non-existent. Non-existent. Not just Dave ran over the tappies in midfield. Every team we play runs over the tappies in midfield. Every team. Even for Alloa, when we played Alloa, they scored 2 goals against us, mate, because you have absolutely no midfield. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. And I'm not going to get happy tonight. I can see it coming.
I think still young, mate, even if we're not. You never know. Jim, if you're still with us, has Jim dropped out? Bob J.R. Albert's right. He mentions it kind of see anything from this team, and obviously we've came into this game today on the back of 2 victories. what's crucial and important going into Thursday night's game against Roma is the reaction of the players, because as much effort they've put in a day, they're on the end of a defeat in a semi-final, and we've went in hopeful and optimistic, but now we've got to get the players lifted and go again. It doesn't stop.
No, you're talking about a side like Roma. They're far superior to anything that's in the SPL, I can assure you, because I've seen them. That's a different entity to Europe. They've not done well in Europe this year. We'll just have to wait and try and see what they can give you, Danny Rowe, because I've got every confidence in the fella. I think he's all right. He seems to me to be a good coach. He's having to work with, it's all being said, with the players that have been brought on at the start of the year. And he had them working hard the other day, I'll agree with you, but that's about all. And Ashgard, yeah, I totally agree. This guy, he's a poser. You can tell by the haircut. He's like Mal Brun running about under. But, yeah, what he did that for the day amazed me. A pro. Get out my road, I'm going to boot you in the nowhere, in the you-know-where. The overall thing, I agree with all bear 100%. I'm not just sort of reiterating his comments because I agree with him. The whole thing, from top to bottom, it's been like this for far too long. They've only won what they've won because they've had a free hurl every year. And they'll probably get a free hurl again this year. And there's only one club can stand in their way. And at the moment, it's no getting financed. It's no getting set up to do that. It's just turned ordinary like the rest of them. We're no much better than the rest of them. The best of bad lot syndrome comes in with them, that's fair enough. But at the end of the day, they're quite happy to win leagues and win cups because they can counter rewards it every year because there's no opposition at all. We've got to get better some way to convince these people to make a club like Glasgow Rangers better than what they are. We're no ordinary, we're a special club. And we're going to be a special club again. We've been there before, and we've got to turn it round and do it again to make our support want to come out and watch us again. The day the supporters play their part, it's a great shame for the support, the way things are happening. This is just no good enough. Something's got to be addressed somewhere. What? Well, you can all see it in front of your eyes. It's all due to the fact that in a meaningful game against them, your biggest opponents, they've done it again to you. And it just gets moronic and sickening. And I don't know where it stops. I just haven't got an answer for it. Somebody somewhere has got to have. So, get off the soapbox and let you go on, boys.
Cheers, Bob. Smurf, we're talking about quality, mate. And obviously, as you touched on when you first came on about recruitment, the players on the park, Danny Rowe can only work with what he's got until January, and then you're having to get players out the door, bring quality in. But again, we're going to ask these guys that are in charge to go and make these right decisions. How much faith can we actually have that they can bring in the right players for the right team, in particular the right positions? Defence, midfield, as all bears alluded to.
I've no confidence in Thelwell at all. None. Zero. I think he's a shyster, a charlatan. I was listening to, I don't remember, who's the guy that co-hosts that thing on radio with Jim White, who used to own Crystal Palace.
Simon Jordan.
Simon Jordan. He was mentioned him, and he said that there's two currencies in football. And one of them's finance and the other one's your reputation. And he said, and in football circles, in those echelons, amongst club owners and executives and stuff, he does not have a good reputation. And so therefore, and I quite, he can be, his job's to be divisive and all that, but he's a switched on cookie, and we see the fruits of his labour. It's there. We watched it today. He needs to be run out of your club, and I don't think I would be confident giving him, more millions to pour down the drain in January. We need experienced central defenders. That's what we need. We need 2 centre halves, 2 starters, no 2 youngsters, 2 guys who are 27, 28, who are proper players, and as a priority. And then straight away, everything just starts to get better. In my opinion, Butland gets better. He'll be more confident, more self-assured. I'm not saying he'll not have a mistake, but what I'm saying is it just breeds confidence. You know, your fullbacks will have more confidence if you've got proper centre halves behind them. And that's the priority for the club. That's the priority for the club. And I think we need to get rid of, apart from the dead wood that's sort of on the fringes. You know, anybody that's wanting their ticket, you know, Rascan or whatever, get them out the door, get the money in, get them gone. We've started a job of work of clearing the decks, and we need to finish that. Unfortunately, in clearing the decks, we have to clear the decks of some of the replacements as well, you know. And again, this is down to Thelwell. So, no, it's I don't see that. I don't see that we're any further forward than we were at the beginning of the season. And this rebuild, it's really yet to start. The clubs on the playing front, the club's gone backwards, not forwards. We've spent a lot of money. So there you go. It's a damning indictment, isn't it?
Albert, you've mentioned that midfield we've got nothing. We know the defence situation coming the start of next season. In January, where are you starting? Defence or midfield?
Midfield. Go to midfield, man. You've got enough defenders there to try and sort something out, but you've got nothing in midfield. I'm talking nothing, mate. Not a decent midfielder have we got. You can say Diamandi, you can say Raskin, you can say Asgard, you can say Cameron, you can say any of them. Verjami. There's not a decent midfielder there, mate, of real quality. None. There's none of them could find a ball. I mean, see if he had a decent player of the day. He'd have been picking boys through that with this Celtic defence all day if he was a decent midfielder in the middle of that park. We ain't got that. We've no energy in the middle of the park as well. You've not got Barron and you get no energy. And Barron's no good enough to play for Rangers, but he is. And he's a star. It shows you how bad you are if Barron's the star of your midfield. It's got to be done, mate. You've got forwards and you've got defenders. I'm not saying any of them are any good, but the worst out of the lot to me is the midfield. It's non-existent in games, mate. Everybody runs over the top. There's Hibs during the week. They ran over the top of us, mate. We were hanging on at the end of that game, and they controlled most of that game. And we got the result, and that's all we care about. It was great. But they actually, parts of big chunks of that game, they ran that game, no bother. And there were more effort getting put in, sprinting to the ball. You seen that today, you know? That Maeda gets something off the deck in the 80th, 90th minute in our area. We're breaking with the ball and sprints 30 yards and catches a player, our player who's on the ball. He's on the deck. He's lying on the deck. And we're already 5-10 yards away from him and he gets up and catches the guy. That's the effort I'm talking about. That's the desire to win. We ain't getting that, mate. They're talking about Ant-Man. I heard the RangersRadio talking about Ant-Man. He made a big sprint when he came on, back the way towards where he can go to make a tackle. Oh, look at the speed of him. I'm going, I don't want him running that way. I want him running the other way towards their goal. Every player we've got does all their best work running towards our goal. That's what you're talking about, mate. Everybody, including my centre forwards, including my wingers, including my fullbacks, including my midfield. Everybody does their best work running towards our goal. Why do they not do their best work running towards the opposition goal? Taking players on, taking shots, making chances, scoring goals. That's what it's all about to me. It's bang average. It's below average garbage we're watching. And we're getting Celtic up here and trying to tell us this is good. Our manager comes in and does figgles on about a wee bit because the other idiot never had a clue what he was doing at the Smurfs got that right. He was a charlatan, that clown. But this guy's in it and he's going, right, I'll move him, bring this into a 3, do that, and he'll look a bit better. But you still see the lack of quality. And a game like the day, it's all down to quality, mate. You get the 4 chances and you don't take any of them. They got the park. They get the first goal that you disallowed. Look how crazy, stupid, lack of quality that was. 3 of our players have got the back to the ball. They take a quick free kick. We're centre half. hits it off our midfielders, should have, and puts it in Moraine net. Come on, I mean, you couldn't make this up. It's idiotic football. It's stupid amateur football. And then we lose a corner kick.
Bert, can I ask you a question?
Aye, go for it, Paul.
I'd like to ask you a question. See, at the end of the season, right, we've got no defenders. They're their own loaner out of contract.
Yep.
That's the predicament we're in. And I'm not saying you're wrong or whatever. You're entitled to your opinion. But what I'm saying is that we're not even get the luxury of saying, well, we can hang on with the defence or we can and strengthen another area. We've got the defenders are either out of contract or they're no ours. And the two that's left are the boy that came from Peterborough, dear me, and the other boy that came from Milan last year, that lunatic tried to get wanted ready. They're the only two defenders that are ours. Aye, and obviously we've got Sterling, but he may as well just gone on holiday.
I but see the reason I'm saying
Right.
the midfield.
I'm away for a beer, lads. I'm a rare opportunity, so I'm going to go and grab myself a beer, and I'll bid you all good night. All right, take care.
Cheers for the call, Smurf. Have one from me, mate.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Robert, the reason I'm saying the midfield, and he's right, with most of the defenders are no ours, but you've got to do the midfield in January and the defence in the summer. Because you can't do it all together. So you can't get the defenders now and then come in summer and try and do when you've already got defenders, and you can't send any of them back, I'm led to believe. So they're all going to be there. At least with the midfield, you can sell some of them in January and get some money. The defence you can't. You've got to just keep them. You've no choice. You've got to keep them. So I'd say the midfield goes to get renewed in January, then the defence and the forwards and come the summer. That's my rationale behind it.
You make a good point, mate. Listen, if you guys don't mind, if you stick yourselves on mute, we can actually hear from Danny Rowe after the game. So let's hear from your gaffer.
Danny, not the result that you would have wanted, but how would you assess your team's performance in those 100 trainings?
Yeah, of course. At first, the disappointment is there in the dressing room. You felt it. I think this is, even with 10 men, a good signal that my team is disappointed. But I think after the red card, we were very on the front foot. We were, brave. I think that was also how I acted in the halftime with the team. We put in one more offensive player in. We changed the shape to 4-3-2, to two guys in front to have pressure on the ball. I saw the last line. If we attack them in the space behind, we would get chances. And then for me, the equalizer was fully deserved. Of course, the opponent will have some moments, but all in all, what we put into, how brave we are, how we run, what was about resilience, it was outstanding for me. But of course, at the end, it's the result, 3-1. We are disappointed, we are out of the cup.
Can I ask you a few refereeing decisions? Firstly, Tio Asgard, any complaints with the red card?
I didn't watch the red card now back, but I think it's the ref. It's not my part to speak about this. I said this, I think, before the game, that my focus is always on myself. I will speak not about the manager or the other team or the refs. My focus really on ourselves. And from this part, I saw a team who makes huge step forwards in the last 7-8 days, what we put into. But of course, we have also parts what we have to improve, and this is then my job during the week.
When the penalty was awarded, Tony Ralston was already on a booking. Do you believe that should have merited a second yellow?
I think there's also a rule. Yeah.
But what do you think?
I think if it's a handball and there's a block and it's a pen, it could be a yellow card. But I'm honestly, there are so many rules about the handball in the box. I don't know everything, but for me, it's what we did today to show this big character. It's outstanding, and I think we should never speak again the mentality at the moment about the team, because today the team showed how big is this part of our game.
Can I get your thoughts on Austin Trusty, because your goalkeeper certainly took a late kick on the head from him? Do you feel as if, with the result of your player being sent off, he should also have been sent off?
I think we can now speak about all the single situations and decisions and during the game, but it's not my part. Yeah, I will not speak about this.
Danny, your captain's just been speaking to some of the reporters downstairs, and he's complaining about the inconsistency that your team have had to deal with this season. Is it something that you're going to look to pick up with the SFA, or how does it be?
Yeah, I think this is the next step. I think the last two results were in our direction. We showed that we can do this again and again. And today, after 3-1, I will not make everything nice. It's still a defeat. But I saw that we made a lot of things right to take something. And then after 90 minutes, I really felt that we can win this game, even with 10 men. And the crowd was, our supporters were there, and it was a great atmosphere.
Can I just ask, you spoke a lot about wanting to build momentum and help that take the team forward. What does this result do for you in that regard?
Yeah, I think in the last press conference I said as well that there will be some small setbacks in our journey. But I think there is, and even I will not, again, to say it was a nice defeat, but even today I saw a huge step forward as a team who don't care about if it's 10 or 11 men. They are about believing what we are doing, which direction we go. And when I saw in the second half how many ball-winning situations we had, and we had, I think, 4 times a 1-against-1 against the goalkeeper with 10 men, I think this is also a result. But it's, again, small steps, and I'm convinced if we carry on in this direction, we will take a lot of wins in the future. And this is my job with my team, with my coaches, to go in this direction, show them what was good, show them exactly what we have to improve, and then we have to carry on.
Danny, does the team have to be more clinical as well, because you have big chances even in first half?
I think we have to be more clinical in both boxes, to win games. I think this is also crucial. We saw on Wednesday a performance where we had not so many chances against us. We were clinical with these 2 more moments, and I think in such a big games, it's about clinical in both boxes. And of course, we have to improve. This is a big part, but at the moment, I will focus on this part where we make the step forwards, and this is what I see at the moment.
Cheers for that, folks. Albert, a fair assessment from Danny Rule there. Obviously, pleased with what he saw in terms of effort, but realising that there is improvements to be there because we're out the cup. But he saw a lot of positives from where we have been in a short space of time.
Aye, fair enough, mate. I'm not going to argue with the guy. He says what he says, and we've watched it longer than him, and we know that's no. That is this team. Aye, fair enough, mate. He's trying to get a tune out of them, and the only way he's going to get there is to be on their side. So he's basically telling you lack of quality. I mean, it's just staring them in the face, staring us in the face. They don't really need to tell us. I'm saying stuff that everybody knows. We all see it. And he's talking about the 4 chances we had with 10 men right through in the keeper. Oh yeah, 4 chances, mate. Take 1, take 2, take the 4. Game's done. Game's done. You've walked out the hand, and you win that game. You're going to a final. But you've got guys that can't take stonewall chances, mate. Clear-cut chances. Can't even take them. Don't even look at scoring. That's just the thing about it. They don't even look at scoring. That's lack of quality, mate. That's just bad play. Bad play. Anyway, but I've seen them try to pull him on the referee. They don't only want you beat, they want to rub salt into it. So if he says anything about the referee, that's the headline tomorrow. Oh, Rangers manager bemoans the referee. Instead of these reporters actually reporting on the referee and saying that was a pathetic performance and be truthful about it. No. They want to rub salt into the defeat you already took. So you done well with that one. I'm not talking about that. Oh, well done, son. Somebody knows, get a bit of brains and say, just cut them off. Don't give them what they want. They want information and they're going to talk like that. Don't give them it. Just cut them off. Done. Finished. It's them that's suffering, mate, because it's their job to get headlines and report stuff in football news. So if you cut them off and don't give them the information, fill it with all you want, but nobody's going to listen to you anymore because you're not telling us anything new. You're trying to get a clickbait after the manager. The manager spoke well. Mate. Do you agree with him?
I agree, mate. I thought he was quite cute with his answers about the referee decisions. He doesn't want to get dragged into anything. As you say, he knows what it's going to be like. The media will just jump on his words, and that'll be the headline more than anything else. As you say, rather than him coming out and stating an obvious that we can all see. Bob J, he said we need to be clinical, not just up front, but also in defence, particularly set pieces. We lose a set piece at goal against Kilmarnock, and we lose a set piece goal again today. 2 goals out of 3 matches. We need to be switched on all areas of the park, but if we can shut them out at our end and be clinical up the top, it becomes a simple game. You win.
I think that's the aim of every game of football. It's just I don't know. I mean, the day I was at this Chernity today, to me, it looks like a big cart horse, and we'll play the one. The lad is young. He might get better. He might get quicker. He'll get fitter. He might get quicker. Might become a better player. But the day, that was an absolute sitter that he missed today. An absolute sitter that he missed today, the lad. All right, they all miss him, but not when you're in a game like that and a chance like that comes your way. It's got to be buried. Got to be buried. And the manager's right. He was right to hold back about the referees, because we've all ken how pernickety they are about refereeing comments in this country, especially with that SFA mob. They just jump on you like a fish they bait. He was right. Good on him for somebody's briefed him up about that. How that trustee stayed on the park, I don't know. He tape-painted Butland in the heat, but we all seen it, and it all went. So that's it. We've all ken where the favours go in the Scottish football. And I'm not being biased, I'm telling the truth. I've seen enough examples of it. And another few examples came today. But Rangers, you've only got yourself to blame. You got chances in that game today, even with 10 men, and you couldn't take them. And if you don't take chances, you're not going to win games. It's as simple as that. You agreed, Albert? Well, agreed, boys?
Totally agree, mate. Totally agree. It's as simple as that, mate. It's as simple as that. And see the one with the trustee in Butland. The boys were saying earlier on, and they're right, that he didn't make enough of it. Butland never made enough of it. He's got all about greeting and shouting and bawling like everybody else does. I don't agree with it. You don't look like a man to me when you start that stuff. But everybody's doing it. Aye, so you've got to play the game. Butland's sitting there. I wouldn't have got up. I'd have refused to get up. I'd have just lay there and lay there and lay there. I'd have lay there that long that they had to do a VAR on it. The fact that Butland got up and he booked him right away, and that was a cute move. He's trying to book him to kill the situation bar. Disney look at it. But if Butland lies down there and Disney got up and gets the treatment on and still lies there for 2 or 3 minutes, they've got to get the VAR. You have more chance of getting VAR. But we don't. We try to play it with the good guy rules. No, I mean, we're good guys. Look at Ralston rolling about, and then he's pulling his shorts up. Look at the mark on my legging on it. Do you remember the young boy we had at centre half, Cardoza, done something similar, and they get totally and utterly slagged through it, Scottish football for doing it. There's this clown doing it today, pulling his shorts up. Look at these stud marks on me. In the professional game, that's a no-no. That's just a no-no. You don't do that. You're a professional football player. You just get up and go on with it, or you take the treatment or whatever it is. He's running about like a big lassie pulling his shorts up. So I hope the papers pick up on that and slaughter him for his antics. But no, I don't know. Shocking, mate. You can moan about referees all day, can't we? We can moan about referees and linesmen and corners and all that nonsense. But at the end of the day, lack of quality cost us the game. We couldn't put the ball in the net, and we had plenty of chances to do it. We just couldn't do it.
I totally agree, mate.
Exactly right.
Totally agree. Just on the Austin Trust incident, Albert, I believe VAR did look at it, but they were satisfied that a yellow was enough punishment. You'll probably hear Willie Collum come out in the coming days and weeks to say that they got it wrong and they should have been sent off, as would have been Tony Ralston, but that does nothing in the heat of the game. Again, as you say, we can sit and look at decisions that went against us or for us, but ultimately we don't take the chances when we're on top with the pressure we're mounting, even with 10 men, Bob J.
Well, that's absolutely right. We don't. Again, I'll just turn the stick. I'll just reiterate what I've said. See it time and time again. Get into good positions, can't go by the first man. Set pieces are probably non-existent. We never seem to score for a set piece or threaten for a set piece. And you've got people there today, 4 years out, they can't score. They can't even hit the target. I just don't know. I'm talking here, I'm blue in the face, which I am. And something's got to be done. The Glasgow Rangers can't keep going like this, getting beaten many meaningful games in Scotland. Can't happen. I'm away back to the Scott McMillan, Miller, Brandon Wilson days, and by Christ, they could hurt you. They could take chances. I know we're talking about generations here, but at the end of the day, the team was set up and they could hurt you. They could put you. Ali McCoy could put you away. Hatley could put you away. But now, no, there seems to be powder puff up front. You're playing all this neat football from side to side, and whenever you get a chance, you can't take it. So therefore, as I said, and I'll repeat myself up on it, because I've got a nose like you, you don't take chances, you don't win games. They seem to be able to take chances any time they want. And here we are on the end of another meaningful Old Firm defeat. And everybody in the country getting a laugh at Rangers again. That's what hurts me. And you're right enough, Albert, about him going to be like a big horse's hoof, pulling his shorts up. Oh, look, somebody kicked me. I don't know. But then again, the boy deserved to go. His feet was a mile high. I can't curse him enough.
Definitely.
And they must back this. See this man we've got in charge of this role. I really think he's got it to be a good manager. He's not been where he is without having some. He's been at Bayern and the German national team. And he was at Red Bull Salzburg, I believe. He's got it to become a good manager, the boy. Back him. That's what I'm saying to the board. Back him. Back him up. And we'll get some results. Because this is all Martin stuff we went out with the other day. Aye, you maybe got to tune out to your freedom and an effort, but it's still no good enough, boys. Still no good enough.
Yeah, right, Bob. Yeah, they've got to back them, but they've got to back them with the right players, mate, that come in the transfer windows.
Well,
listen, Bob, final word from yourself, mate. We reached that time of the show, mate.
I'm sitting here. I'm very hurt. I'm very disappointed because I believe we had a chance to win. We had an opportunity to win that game today, and I'm afraid that Majowski, he didn't look like a Rangers player, son, and I didn't want to individualise you. Chernity, you're the same. Good goal last week, but you've got to be a lot more consistent, son. The overall thing's got to be turned out again. I'm fed up listening to this word rebuild. See, listen to it. Where we go from here, I don't know. It's anybody's guess. But we're still in competition. We're still in Europe. We're still in the league race. And we'll still be in the Scottish Cup. So sleeve rolled up and see how we go on with the rest of it. Today is history. I'll just have to go and get the urine taken out with tomorrow morning when I'm out with the dog.
Cheers, Bob. It's always a pleasure hearing from you, mate.
Always a pleasure to be here, boys. I'll always be here. Remember, we're still the people, eh?
Here, mate. Here.
I'll get to you through the week, guys. Bye-bye now.
Take care.
See you later.
Albert, final word from yourself, pal.
Final word. I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up with these defeats. I'm fed up with the way we go about games. It takes us forever to waking up. Same players, do the same things, time and time again. Yet we keep thinking they're going to be good. If Raskin's wanting away, just go. You look at players turning their back and play, stuff like that. It's just happened. It's happening time and time again, not just this season. So I'm sick of that. But anyway, we get gubbed again. Let's move on.
Cheers for being on the show for me, mate. Obviously, AK as well. Listen, can I just thank, obviously, the guys that phoned in today. Smurf, Jim, and Bob J. Albert and AK for doing both shows this afternoon with me. Fox and Old School Blue in the background for doing the technicals. And of course, everybody out there for listening and interacting on the Facebook and the YouTube feeds. It's always appreciated. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night at 8 PM to again look back at today's performance and result. But always remember, we are the people. Take it away, Old School Blue.